My roommate kept borrowing my clothes without asking, so I left out a shirt with a surprise inside. Her reaction at her job interview was perfect. I share an apartment with this girl named Vanessa. We met through a roommate finding app about 8 months ago. Nice enough person on paper, pays rent on time, keeps her dishes clean, doesn't throw loud parties. But there's one massive problem. She treats my closet like her personal shopping mall. At first, it was small stuff. A scarf here, a pair of earrings there. I brushed it off as honest mistakes. Then it escalated. I'd come home from work and find my favorite leather jacket missing. 3 days later, it would magically reappear in the coat closet smelling like her perfume. My new jeans would vanish, only to show up in her laundry basket. My designer sweater came back stretched out at the shoulders because she's 2 sizes bigger than me. Every single time I confronted her, same excuse delivered with wide, innocent eyes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought it was mine. Our styles are so similar and I grabbed it by accident in the morning rush. Our styles weren't similar, not even close. I lean minimalist and classic. She's all about bold patterns and statement pieces. What we did have in common was that she had expensive taste and a tight budget, while I'd worked overtime for months to build a decent wardrobe. The breaking point came last month. I'd saved up for weeks to buy this gorgeous cream blazer from Nordstrom. $200, which was a huge splurge for me. It was perfect, tailored fit, beautiful fabric, exactly what I needed for a big presentation at work. I brought it home, removed all the tags, and hung it carefully in my closet. The next morning, I woke up at 6:30 to get ready. I opened my closet and stood there staring at the empty hanger where my brand new blazer should have been. My heart sank. I checked every inch of my closet, thinking maybe it fell. Nothing. I texted Vanessa, "Have you seen my new cream blazer?" She responded 20 minutes later, "Oh yeah, I have a huge interview this morning and I didn't have time to ask. You were already at work when I remembered. I'll be super careful with it, I promise." I was at work? I'd been asleep in the next room. She hadn't even knocked on my door. I sat on my bed fuming. This wasn't borrowing anymore. This was theft, and I was done playing nice. That's when I had an idea. I went back to Nordstrom that same day and bought an identical blazer in the same size. The sales associate remembered me from the day before and looked confused, but I just smiled and said I loved it so much I wanted a backup. $200 I definitely couldn't afford, but this was an investment. When I got home, I locked my bedroom door and got to work. I carefully opened a small section of the inner lining near the bottom hem. Then I sewed a thin fabric pouch into the lining, nothing you'd feel from the outside, perfectly hidden. Inside that pouch, I poured an entire bottle of ultra-fine craft glitter, not the chunky decorative kind. The microscopic stuff that gets into every fiber and never ever comes out. The kind that craft bloggers call craft herpes, because once you're infected for life. I sealed the pouch loosely so it would burst open with any significant movement, and sewed the lining back up. From the outside, it looked absolutely perfect. I hung it prominently in my closet, right at eye level where Vanessa couldn't possibly miss it. Then I waited. 3 days passed. I wore my original blazer to work, keeping it safely in my office. The glitter blazer stayed untouched in my closet at home. On Thursday morning, I woke up around 7 and headed to the bathroom. In the hallway, I found Vanessa standing in front of our full-length mirror, checking herself out from every angle. She was wearing the glitter blazer, paired with a crisp white button-down shirt and black dress pants. Her hair was styled, her makeup flawless. She looked polished and professional. "Big day?" I asked casually. She jumped slightly, then beamed at me. "Huge interview. Corporate strategy position downtown. 6-figure salary if I get it. Do I look okay?" "You look great," I said, fighting to keep my expression neutral. "Good luck." "Thanks, and thanks for having such amazing clothes I can borrow," she added with a wink before grabbing her bag and heading out the door. I said nothing, just smiled and went back to my room. 2 hours later, I was at my desk when my phone started buzzing uncontrollably. 7 texts from Vanessa in rapid succession, followed by a 3-minute voice memo. I put in my earbuds and pressed play. Her voice was shaking, somewhere between tears and rage. "What did you do? What the hell did you do to that blazer?" I was sitting in the interview and it was going amazing. And then I got warm, so I took off the blazer and set it on the chair next to me. When I stood up to shake everyone's hands, at the end I picked it up and glitter just exploded everywhere, like a bomb went off. It was all over the conference table, all over my white shirt, all over the VP's paperwork, in my hair, on the floor. They all just stared at me while I stood there sparkling like a disco ball, and I didn't get the job. She hasn't touched my closet since.